Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Professor Pierce here, PP for short. Today I have a Noivern control deck for you guys. This one is a lot of fun. There was a lot of interesting things. I kind of just used Noivern in the deck mostly. I didn't even use Zard or Luxray, but they are very good backup options if you get, if you get down in prize cards, because they are, they're just good. But for the most part, I just use Noivern, and it surprised me how well this deck did. And with that, we will go ahead and get right into it, because you guys know how much I love long intros here. The only bad thing about this deck, I will say for certain, is that it mulligans a lot, because there are not a lot of basic Pokemon in here, so you will be mulliganing a fair number of times. So I was thinking about maybe adding some more cards. I mean, adding, like Spiritomb in here was good. There's just some more stuff like that. But it looks like we are facing some sort of rapid style box here, which is pretty interesting. You don't see this very often. You like to see it though, for sure, because it's pretty cool. My energy card has not shown up yet for some reason either. Thank you, Live, for doing that. And we're going to see what my opponent has going on here. A pretty decent turn one. Does he have an energy here is the question. He does have an energy, but we do have some Crushing Hammers in the deck. So if anything, we can hopefully, speaking of which, we can hopefully Crushing Hammer this off. And that is a big Crushing Hammer. That is going to help us a lot so far. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Bidoof here and attach and play that, and we might as well save the hand for the Bibarel next turn. So let's see what my opponent has here, if they have the Octillery or not, or if they have some other sort of setup card here, because obviously since they went first, they weren't allowed to play a supporter, so they should have a supporter in their hands. But if they are running rapid style box, they may be stuck with Karina's focus, so they are going to judge me actually, so that is fine with me. My hand wasn't that great anyway. We do get the Noivern, and we will be able to get the Noivern attack off this turn. The only question is, what can my opponent do? And that answers my question pretty quickly, because he is just going to pass. So we're just going to grab the one here and then Iono them. I don't really want to, but I want to play the game as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We do get the Bibarel, which is awesome. We will grab... we're gonna have to ditch something here. We don't really need that Arven. I'm gonna grab another Noibat, and we're gonna try to get that built up in a minute. And we'll draw some more cards here, and we will have the PAF on the field, and we're gonna go ahead and keep that sticking around, and no special energy for him. So even if he did draw his special energy again, he will not be able to play that. So that is really good against this deck, to be honest. That Rapid Stark energy will not be able to do anything if I just keep spamming Dominating Echo here. So excuse me. So how you guys doing today? I mean, I know it's been a while. I've been taking a break. I'm looking forward to Temporal Forces. That is what I am mainly looking forward to. It's coming up pretty soon. I guess it's coming out this month. But there was just not a lot of new content with this new Shining Paldea Fates deck, or not deck, but you know what I mean. New list that came out. So my opponent does not have a lot going on here. He is just going to pass the turn off to me and presumably hope that I don't have, or that I don't use Dominating Echo again, but that is exactly what I'm going to do here, because there's no reason for me to use the other attack. We will Bibarel for 1, and then we'll go ahead and Dominating Echo. And so he will not be able to play any special energy or stadiums once again, so that is going to trap him. He is going to evolve into the VMAX, but like I said, he won't be able to play any special energy. So even if he has it in his hand, which I'm guessing he does because he's waiting so long, he will not be able to play that to like Gale Thrust me or anything like that. So he's kind of in a weird position here. And since his hand is kind of large, he can't really use Karina's Focus to its full capabilities here, so he's kind of at a standstill. I'm not sure what he grabbed here, but let's see what else my opponent can do. He is just going to scoop, actually, because that is the first game. He is not going to like what we are dropping down on him. With all those echoes, he was not having fun, so he was just going to scoop up the game there. I thought that game was pretty telling of how fast it can get up and how disruptive it can be. And we'll go ahead and get into the second game here. We do start with just a Noibat, so that's good. It looks like we are facing Zard here. So if we do get a good start, we can maybe kill some things here, but I'm not sure we're going to get as good a start as him with this Battle VIP pass that he has here. So he's going to get Rotom, and we are not facing Zard. We are facing a interesting control deck from Japan that is Ursaluna and Pidgeot based. So they won't be doing a lot of attacking, I know, so I'm not too worried about setting up a slow start here. I don't have any tools in this deck. That's definitely something I was thinking about doing, about putting a TM Devolution in here, or putting a Vitality Band in here. It definitely makes a difference, because I played this afterwards for a couple games with those in here. Taking out just a couple of small things, and I do think it makes a big difference. So I definitely think it will be worthwhile to play those over some other things. But we are going to play it nice and slow here, because my opponent is going to hopefully not have Rare Candy Pidgeot, Rare Candy Ursaluna. So let's see what they can do here. And since I know they have a lot of special energy, so there's the Pidgeot. Since I know they have a lot of special energy, I will be using Dominating Echo pretty much the whole time, because I don't want them playing anything here, any of that special energy. And both of our decks are pretty based on slow like upcomings, like, you know, based off of having less prize cards than your opponent here. So it kind of just depends on who gets the first kill, on who's going to get the big advantage here. And it is quite unfortunate, because they did have Rare Candy Pidgeot, Rare Candy Ursaluna. They are going to attach that reversal energy here, so I didn't get that up just fast enough, but we will see if we can hit this big Crushing Hammer, and we do. That is going to be huge, because that is 1 of 4 down there. And then we're going to go ahead and set up the stadium, so no more quick search for you, and then we will be able to disrupt him even more with Avery to get some of these things off the board. I know he is not liking this and what we are doing to him currently. I'm not sure what he's going to get rid of. Probably the Litwick and the Teddy Ursa, or maybe the Rotom. He's going to keep the Litwick. So we're going to go ahead and grab our last, and it seems like only, Psychic in here, so we're not doing too well on energy here. We got some in the prizes. Let's hope we can get something out of here. Counter Catcher, that's not super helpful right now. So we did Crushing Hammer, we pathed them, and they can't get rid of the path. So this is looking pretty good. They can't really do a lot, and we're two-shotting them with Noivern here into their Pidgeot. So that is nice. So we will be able to take the first prize card here and take a bit of a commanding lead on them, because we are controlling the board state pretty well right now, I would say. He is going to Ultra Ball for, let's see, just a Teddy Ursa here. And what can he do? All he has is the cards in his hand because he is no longer able to use anything due to path. You do have to be wary though, because since you are running Zard in here, you don't want to path yourself, because hint hint, that will possibly happen to you. So I am going to just dominating Echo. There's not much I want to do here. I don't really want to get rid of anything on his bench immediately. I kind of just want to get rid of this Pidgeot if I can. Hopefully he doesn't have like Sharon's Care or Professor Turo in his hand, because that would be pretty annoying, but it would still be a good waste of a supporter here. So he has a Nest Ball. I guess he's just going to get another Teddy Ursa. Oh, he's going to get another Pidgey, which is fine. We are commanding the board, like I said, once again. There's not much he can do here, it seems. Seems like his hand is kind of dead. He's going to put that on the active spot for some reason, which is fine. We're just going to dominating Echo again. There's not really a reason to do anything. We're kind of not drawing into anything, but we are going to take 3 prizes here. And Ultra Ball and Avery, which are good, but he is just going to scoop up the game because we have kind of a commanding start, and he is not liking that. So we have kind of a trend going on here. And like I said, we will be mulliganing a couple times here, unfortunately, with this deck, because that is a strong possibility with the lack of basics that we have here. Excuse me. Big yawn. Alright, so it seems like we're facing some kind of Arc Fire deck here, which I have seen stuff like this before, but I'm not sure exactly how this guy is going to play it. So we'll have to see what he is doing exactly. It seems like he is gonna grab a Fire Off Armorage here, and he's gonna grab another Arceus. So that's pretty good idea. I mean, using Arceus to accelerate energy to Arceus, and then using Fire Off to get some more energy. And it looks like we're going to have to Ultra Ball a couple of good things here. We do have some good things in the deck, but we're gonna have to get just a little Noibat here for later, and then hopefully we can use this Ultra Ball next turn to grab a Bibarel, because it doesn't seem like he has the best setup either. I mean, he didn't get the DTE turn 1, which is nice, but he does have the Armorage and the Arceus. Good thing we put the path down though, so he can't just immediately use Starbird to get what he wants here. But he is going to Iono us and into a worse hand, unfortunately. So that is a little annoying. And there is the DTE. And he did get what he wanted, though. So that was a pretty good turn from my opponent, because he is going to get off a lot of energy here. And we're kind of stuck with not that great of a hand. We will go ahead and Crushing Hammer, and we will flip heads again. This deck is going crazy with the Crushing Hammer. I was considering getting rid of the DTE, but if he's doing less damage, I mean, you know, I'm not like too worried about it. I don't even know if this guy's running Magma Basin or not yet, so maybe I would shoulda not put that in the discard pile. Oh my god, I can't talk. Anyway, I'm trying to think here what I should do. I'm going to grab just one of these here, because I'm going to Iono in a second. We'll just have to leave this thing in the active spot. I don't really like doing that. But I think I'm just going to hold the hand, actually, because I don't want to give him a bigger hand if I don't have to, but it doesn't matter because he has Bibarel, so, and another Arceus. I mean, sure, why not? Why don't you just have another energy, too? And then a research. Alright, so I should have Iono'd him, because this guy kind of had the nuts, to be honest here, because there's the other energy. So that was quite unfortunate for us. We never know what your opponent has. So he's going to get a Armor EX. So he is playing Armor EX, which is pretty cool. You don't see that very often. I really like this guy's setup. But the way to beat it is definitely to kill the Fire Off Armorage and just hope that the Arceus can't attack here. But they are all set up pretty much, so it's kind of hard to do my plan. We're just going to have to Iono him now. We're going to go ahead and Nest Ball for another baby Noibat. We might as well put the Zard down. Let's see if we can get something off this. We don't. I could Arven for Ultra Ball, but then I need another energy, so I have to Iono them and hope I get Noivern with energy, and we do, which is good. And the good thing about this too is we are two-shotting this guy, so that is at least halfway decent. There's at least something going for us there. We'll go ahead and get another Noibat, and then we'll go ahead and Dominating Echo and just continue to hope that he cannot get rid of this stadium and no longer can play any more special energy. Not like he necessarily wants to at this point, but he will no longer be able to. So the real question is he going to retreat, or is he just going to attack? I would assume he's going to retreat into the other Arceus and get rid of that DTE. So he is playing Heatran, so I'm assuming he's going to have Magma Basin in his deck, so I definitely want to continue to Dominating Echo him so he can't play his stadium to counter mine here. So he's going to Trinity Nova, which is pretty annoying, but there's not much we can do about it. At least it is not going to kill us. So we will go ahead and draw. That is a good draw. Like to see here. We'll attach. We'll Bibarel first. I don't know if I want to use Avery because I don't want him getting rid of that Arceus on the bench. So I think I'm going to get rid of it. We will Crushing Hammer again. We'll see where it lies if we get a heads. We do not get a heads this time. So we will go ahead and Dominating Echo. So any deck that can kill you in one hit is pretty scary, because this deck is based off of doing slow amounts of damage and having disruption in order to in order to win. But any deck that can kill you in one hit or realistically kill you in 2 hits consistently is very scary, because you are going to be in for a bad time when they kill you this fast, because you won't be able to have this great of a setup. But that is what the Zard and the Luxray are for. So we do draw exactly what we need, which is kind of a surprise for once. So we would have gotten it anyway off the Bibarel, but let's see. Did we get it this time? We do get it this time. I think I'm just going to get rid of one of these fire energies here, because the one of the active is going to die. There's not much I can do here, so we'll go ahead and just kill this and take some prize cards here. We're still a little behind, but that is fine to run a little bit behind with this deck, because you have counter catchers, case in point, and you have reversal energy on the Luxray that you might want to use. Who's gonna send out the Arm Rouge? He can fire off to it. I'm assuming he won't be able to kill me this turn, even if he somehow played a Magma Basin. I'm not sure what he can do. I mean, he's going to realistically kill me with Arm Rouge two-shotting me, but we will at least be able to sponge a hit, which is nice. Let's see what else he has here. He's going to get rid of the Iron Hands and grab Delphox V, which is pretty annoying because there's not much I can do about that, because you don't run Manaphy in here. Not like you would need to, but of course my Bibarel has exactly 120 HP, and if he retreats into Delphox this turn with a switch, so if he has a switch, he has game, which is problem number 1. So I'm just gonna have to kill this thing and take some prizes. There's not really anything else I can do here. Because, well, that was a misplay from my opponent's part, because he should have just gone into Delphox and then fired off, and then he could have attacked the Noivern in the active and the Bibarel on the bench and won. And that was a misplay from my part too, but I guess he didn't see that. So a little bit of a misplay on my part for sure. A little bit of a misplay on his part for sure. Let's see what he's going to do. I guess he's just going to kill me here. The only problem now is I can't use... I need to use Charizard, but I need to get rid of this Stadium, which is another problem that I realized earlier in the video too, is you need like another Stadium in the deck to bump this, because if you're using Dominating Echo so often, then they can't even bump the Stadium in the first place. So I know for a fact I have to Counter Catcher the Delphox to kill it this turn. But the problem is I can't really do anything about him killing my Bibarel here, because he can just attack over my first attack here, because my first attack does block damage from basics. However, it doesn't block damage from benched Pokemon. So I'm kind of at a loss here. That misplay earlier definitely set me up for failure. I could play this and then attack, but there's like, you know, there's like no point. I'm kind of just at a loss. Like if that was like an Artazon or something, then I could have played the Artazon and then played Fire Energy on Charizard and then switched and then won the game. But unfortunately, that is not what is going to happen because I misplayed and I didn't have the right cards in the deck anyway. I think that is a bit different. When I put this in the description of the video, I'm going to have a different list than this. It's going to be a little bit different. It won't have Charizard in it because I don't think you need the Charizard. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive because the Charizard hits really strong, hits a lot stronger than the Luxray, but the Luxray is there for like Pidgeot and stuff like that, and there's not too many grass types in this meta right now. But the Charizard and taking out the Fire Energy also leaves you open to a lot more things like the Artazon and putting some more energy in the deck, or what I was talking about earlier about how you need some tools in the deck too. So just small things like that, I think make this deck a little bit better. So with that, I will leave you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Enjoyed the video thing. PP out.